morning and good luck. And welcome back to episode 106 of the fastest growing podcast in the world. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you hit that like button, save it to your device, subscribe to the show, and send it to a loved one or an arch nemesis. If you're watching on YouTube, as you should be, isn't that right, Gengar? Make sure you tap that like button, smash the hell out of that subscribe button, and grease up that algorithm by leaving a comment because, well, you're an oil man. And guys, I'd like to introduce a new host to the show today. That's right, introducing Biohacker Bro Bori, fresh off of an 81-hour water fast. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm enlightened. Look at me. More handsome, my skin's glowing. I'm down about 11 pounds. I look healthier, I feel healthier. The show looks healthier. And I just want to say that it's an honor to present to you this new version of me, Gino 2.0. The evil has been purged from my body. I did an 81-hour water fast, no food, only electrolytes, a small amount of black coffee, okay? And it was like an exorcism of demonic stem cells from my body. It was an awakening. I have been autophagated. The autophagy flowed through me from toe tip to head tip. I feel amazing. My body feels amazing. I feel like a child again. And that's because I am one. You see, I have reversed aging. I am real life Benjamin Button. Look at this video compared to just last week. I am biologically 5 years younger. Statistically, biologically. I have transformed from Gino the Ghost into Gino the most healthy man alive. And don't trust me. Trust the science. Okay, my team has crunched the numbers. I have conquered the addiction of food. Hunger is merely a psyop by big food. And I've realized that you guys, my audience, you're merely victims of the food industry. Don't worry, I'm here to enlighten you. You don't get the large because you need it. You get the large because you've been brainwashed. Your brain has been washed into a fat brain. You got a big, fat, gluttonous brain. It's not your fault. It's not your brain's fault. But I'm going to teach your brain how to be skinny and healthy again. I'm excited to announce that Biohacker Bori Enterprise is launching our first 72-hour fast course today. The fast track to fast living through fasting. Fast course. For the low price of $10,000 a month, you can sign up for this course, and I'm going to teach you how to be a skinny king or queen again. You too can achieve absolute control over your body by tapping into the kitchen inside of your mind palace. You can achieve total freedom from the shackles of sugars and carbohydrates. You can look Captain Crunch right in the face and you can say, "Look at me. I'm the captain now." You're the captain of the ship of your body. Some are calling me the next great health guru. No, I'm not saying that, right? I come from a place of humility. I would never say that about myself, but people are. I mean, look, are you kidding me? Look at me. If you're not watching on YouTube, boy, are you missing out. You might want to tune in there so you can get a good look at me. So yeah, I guess let's talk about the fast. It was really fucking tough. But at about day 2, you start to realize you don't actually need the food. You're just addicted to eating, the act of eating. That is the thing that you crave, right? And so you just keep drinking a shitload of water. I drank so much water. I drank a gallon of water a day with a bunch of electrolytes. And yeah, I mean, day 3, you're just kind of on autopilot. You're really just kind of waiting. And then I went to bed. And then in the morning, I broke my fast with bone broth. Very important, the way you lead into your fast with like a low carb diet a couple days before. And then how you break your fast with, you don't want to just fucking have an In-N-Out burger, you fatty, right afterwards, right? You want to ease out. And you really, if you do it right and you get your mind right, you don't want to fucking eat like a fatty right after. You want to ease back out. And that's what we did. And that's what I'm going to teach you on the Fast Track to Fast Living Through Fasting Fast course. If you want to sign up, $10,000. I'm only taking on 10 people for the first course. Make sure you send me a DM. I do accept crypto. And I'll teach you how to be like me. Yeah? Okay. And now I'm going to take off these super futuristic health guru blue light glasses. We're going to put on the cardies and we're going to get into our regular scheduled programming of good luck. Welcome back. It's me, Gino the Ghost. I want to welcome you and I want to wish you a happy Memorial Day if you're watching on Monday. Maybe you sat home from work today because it's a holiday. We're honoring our troops. Thank you to our troops. Thank you for your service here at the Good Luck Show. We love the troops and we love this country and we want to thank them for serving because I never would or could because I am not about that life. And I thank you for being about that life to protect this great nation. I have a very eventful month coming up. I'm going to, in the month of June, I'm going to Spain, and then London, and then Detroit, and then Korea, and then Dubai. Dubai's not fully confirmed yet, but it's looking like it's happening. I'm just going to be fucking world traveler. I'm going to be Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Huh? Anybody? Did I age myself? Sure. So it's going to be fun. I'm doing a lot of music stuff. I'm working with Paco and Catriel. I'm working with somebody that I can't say. I'm under NDA. And I'm doing some really, really exciting music, disruptive tech music stuff in Dubai. Fun stuff. I am becoming an entrepreneur, bro. As you guys know, I'm starting to evolve into one. We're going to have Biohacker Bro. We're going to have Entrepreneur Bro Gino. We're going to have all these different versions of me, and that's okay. I wear many hats. Let's get into the week. We got a very eventful week here. We're going to start off with a fun story out of Ohio. A 24-year-old named Anthony Labrador, yes, that's his real name, pretended to be a 16-year-old playing JV sports at Perrysburg High School in Ohio. Because, of course, it was in Ohio. Ohio man is the new Florida man, in case you didn't get the memo. So yeah, 24-year-old Venezuelan dude, just pretending to be a 16-year-old. Just pretending to be a minor. Isn't this the plot of 21 Jump Street? He was pretending to be a homeless student and was housed by a very nice family in Ohio who was like, sure, we'll take you on and you can go to school. And he was going to school. He was playing on the JV soccer team. And he only got caught because he was ratted out by his baby mama. Oh, caught by the baby mama. Ah, classic. Oh, you almost had it. You were right there. You were maybe a year away from varsity. Dude, imagine being a grown-ass man and still not making the varsity team. What does that do to a man's ego? Maybe he just did it for the love of the game, This is just a guy that was trying to live out his hoop dreams and relive his glory days. And apparently, he fucking sucked because how are you an adult and you can't make varsity? And I don't know much about Perrysburg High School in Ohio, but I would be willing to bet it's not Arsenal. I'd be willing to bet it's not a U18 travel team or a Premier League team. And I know because I played Premier. I played U18 when I was 15. Yeah. Yeah, I was really him. You know what I mean? Not to relive my glory days. This guy, bum! Aren't Venezuelans supposed to be good at soccer? Embarrassing, dude. And this only worked because you're going to say like, well, how the fuck did he get away with this? How did this dude, no way this guy looks 16. This only worked because he's Venezuelan. And Venezuelans look like they're 16 until they're about 34. Look at this dude, man. Dude, look at this guy on the soccer field. He looks massive out there. He looks like Jonas Jerebko with running around with these fucking little 16-year-old twerps, you know? Just getting put in the blender though. Doing 360s around him. And he's tatted. What 16-year-old has tattoos? He's got like a fucking huge thigh tat. He's got a tat on his arm. What the He was probably fucking a teacher. Guys, we got a really fun sponsor this week. Our good friends over at Metaplex are back to sponsor this week's show, and we're going to bring you a Metaplex market update sponsored by Metaplex, the premier builders on Solana. We are going to be talking about the crypto market because holy fuck, we're so back, Gengar. Gengar, we are so back, dude. Man, I got to tell you, it feels good to have money again. Crypto is ripping. I mean, the market's doing very well, but crypto, ripping. Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $111,814 United States freedom bills this past week. Ethereum is showing life. Solana looks good. And yeah, I mean, the market's going crazy. We all know what comes once Bitcoin dominance cools off, though, because this is how it works if you're new here. Bitcoin goes crazy, and then when the dust settles and price action and price discovery cools on Bitcoin, we have alt season. Alt season, the alts that were promised, alt season that was promised. What is alt season? If you're new, alt season refers to altcoin season, which is for alternative cryptocurrencies, which is basically anything that's not Bitcoin. And it's when these alts outperform Bitcoin in terms of price growth. It's usually marked by rapid price surges in, like the major alt currencies. So like Solana, Ethereum, AVAX, and then in meme coins then after, especially ones with like smaller market caps. So why does it happen? Basically, alt season usually follows a strong Bitcoin rally because what happens is Bitcoin starts going nuts and then everybody feels really good about themselves because everybody in crypto is so fucking volatile and emotional. And when Bitcoin's going down, everyone thinks, oh, well, we're going to 40,000 again. Well, guess it's over for this cycle. And when Bitcoin rips, everybody's like, well, I guess it's going straight to $1 million of Bitcoin. And what happens is as Bitcoin begins to plateau and slow down, traders start looking for more high risk, high reward opportunities in smaller coins. And, think of Bitcoin as like a gateway drug. Because, once confident returns to the market, those degens need something a little bit sweeter, don't they? Capital rotates into the alts. And how do we know it's starting? Well, because it's starting. It's starting because we know it's starting. It's starting because you'll start seeing meme coins pumping again. You'll start seeing NFT-related tokens heating up like CryptoPunks. Shout out to the punk. And also, most importantly, you'll know that alt season is coming because everybody on crypto Twitter suddenly is in a much better mood because all of their money is tied into shit coins and altcoins instead of Bitcoin because most are degenerate gamblers and stupid. And so let me take a sip of some unbranded water. We're going to talk about why this is important. We are still drinking unbranded water post-water fast. Some people were disappointed that I didn't do the water fast with Saratoga water, but they didn't give me a bag. Sorry, I'm not Ashton Hall. Anyway, and we don't support big water. So altcoin season is really important, and you should start paying attention if you haven't been, because altcoin season is when generational wealth is made, round-tripped, and lost fast. Coins go from 10x, 50x, 100x, 1000x, but many also crash just as fast. Like, we had a crazy meme coin season. I don't know if we'll have one that crazy again, but the strong altcoins, the strong meme coins, have been recovering, and those usually will start to rally past all-time highs again, like Mogcoin. This is ideal for experienced traders, but dangerous for newcomers without a plan. So I gotta advise you, be careful. And as you know, none of this is ever, never, ever financial advice. You got to understand, I'm going on my third cycle. Okay, I've been in crypto for a very long time, and I've been buying and selling for a while, but this is my third like real cycle with like real fucking skin in the game. And although every cycle is not the same, there are trends and things to look for that really can't be taught per se. So you got to be battle tested. You know, you have to round trip like 5 figures at least to make your bones. Sometimes you have to lose $5,000 in 5 hours to learn how to make $10,000 in 5 hours. Sometimes you have to round trip $80,000 in 6 months to learn how to make $200,000 in 3 months. Okay. And I know I sound like a fucking crypto bro, but I'm talking to you. Mono, mono, or womano, or they, them, mono. Okay. So anyway, for those interested in meme coins or altcoins, or like, you know, trying to find active communities, well-known projects, you want to like just tap in on Twitter, get familiarize yourself with like crypto Twitter, just learn, put your fucking head in the books. You know what I mean? Get on YouTube, learn something, but you got to be careful because there's a lot of really shitty information out there and a lot of scammers. Come fuck with your boy. Okay. I'm not going to sell you a course on how to do it. I would never do that. But I'm happy to be your sensei along the way, and at the very least keep you updated on what's going on in the wild world of tech and crypto, because I know there's a lot of really shitty and or boring information out there, and not everything on this show is going to be crypto related. I've thought about doing like a spin-off pod or like a crypto heavy focused thing. But for now, you know, I'll be the one to help you, to help guide you if you need it. And, you know, my final thoughts on this are, if you're diving into altcoins now or like diving into crypto now, just be careful. You don't want to chase pumps. You got to build conviction in this time. And remember, it's called alt season and not alternity. Alternity. Okay? It does not last forever. So get in, don't be too greedy, take some wins, because these shits do not all of them go up forever, unless we're talking about my bags. So that's that on that. I want to thank Metaplex once again for sponsoring this segment for the Metaplex update, the Metaplex Minute. Tap in with my friends over at Metaplex if you want to build on-chain. They're the #1 builders on Solana. And now we are going to get into the main story, which is about VO3 by Google. So strap the fuck in, because we're getting dystopian. We're getting a little spooky. Google just rolled out its newest generative AI video model called VO3, and it's $250 a month, and it's fucking insane. It's $250 a month, and that might not be enough. It might be underpriced still. This shit looks and sounds amazing. Here's a clip. This is like this is like them doing the news. Somebody prompted like a bunch of news reports with VO3. Everything you're about to see in here is AI.
Here are today's top news. To ensure only the best words are used, White House speech announces new thesaurus with all synonyms replaced by Trump. In shocking speech, White House announces plan to replace all U.S. ambassadors with highly opinionated game show hosts for more entertaining diplomacy.
The White House unveils Truth GPT, an AI that rewrites all social media posts globally to reflect undisputed facts tremendously.
White House announces AI will now write all press briefings to ensure 100% factual incomprehensibility. White House speech reveals plan to resolve international trade deficits by challenging other nations to high-stakes Mar-a-Lago croquet matches.
In a bid to combat misinformation, AI content generators begin watermarking all human-created text with potentially unreliable content warnings.
Mass amnesia event wipes all knowledge of political parties. Voters now choosing candidates based on most trustworthy aura.
Dude, we are so fucked. We are fucked. Chat, we are cooked, chat. Yeah, I mean, look, fake news just got an upgrade. If you thought misinformation was bad before, boomers are about to be getting their ass whooped by these videos, dude. You won't believe what I saw on Facebook, Gino. Would you believe hot dogs, actual hot dogs, are falling from the sky in Boston? It's like Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs in real life, Gino. I saw it. It's on the news. I swear to God, I saw it on X. It's gonna be so fucking easy to fool. And I'm not exaggerating, 72% of the population. Because you have to understand, people fall for just a photo and a headline. You can fool tens of thousands of people on Twitter right now with a photo and a headline, and they will believe it. They'll go, well, there it is. Well, there's the facts. You put a handsome news anchor or a beautiful, voluptuous news anchorette saying anything on the news with that fucking music playing behind it. Oh my God. I mean, good luck. Now, that's not really what's making the news, pun intended, around the world right now with VO3. The real question everybody's asking is Hollywood in trouble? Because you've got to see these clips that VO3 has done, because this really shows the capability of like the sound design, the dialogue, and just how powerful this AI engine is. So here's another clip. This one's, I would say, more disarming.
Cut. Thank you. Move on to the next take. All right, people, we need 47 takes of the same scene today.
Or we could just let AI do it in 3 minutes.
But what about me? Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? What happens to all of us?
When budgets drop from 50 million to 50,000 per film, amazing for us. But wait.
What about our job? Who's going to negotiate our contracts? I mean, if they can scan my face, they can just scan my makeup too. Exactly, but who's going to tell the stories then?
Who's going to write the scripts? AI can already do plots, dialogue, character arcs, the whole damn thing. But can it write this? Can it write real emotion?
It can simulate emotions pretty well, actually.
Can it understand timing, rhythm, that feeling when you cut at exactly the right moment?
But it can edit 100 times faster than us.
Sure, but what's the point of speed if we lose the soul? If we lose the art?
This sunset, can AI really understand why it's beautiful? Can it feel how
But it can simulate it perfectly.
Yeah, but why do we do this? Why do we
make movies? To entertain? To make money? Or because
we have something to say?
Exactly. But if AI can say the same thing, faster and cheaper,
Then what's the point?
Maybe the point isn't efficiency.
Or profit, but humanity. And why do we tell stories?
I guess that's what we need to figure out.
So let's answer that question. Is Hollywood in trouble? Well, it depends on your job, to be honest. I'm not going to speculate on what jobs are in trouble. But what I will say is, you know, and again, I'm an ally of AI. I work in AI, right? And I'm a proponent of the technology and what it can mean for creatives and entertainment. I do think we need guardrails, and I think that people are overblowing this. My answer, if I were to be short, is Hollywood in trouble? No. Because nothing can replace flesh and blood. There is no replacement for real pain. Real pain only comes from like true human experience. That's acting. You understand? AI is amazing at visuals and realism and sound design, but true acting is absolutely not replicable. You understand? There's no... You can prompt AI to get emotional, but you can't prompt it to pull from the most devastating heartbreak you've ever endured. You can't get it to pull from loss, from losing a loved one that you still hear their voice. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't prompt AI or curate AI or code AI to be able to understand true loss or true pain, because it will never actually know what those things feel like, at least in its current form. An LLM specifically, these language models, these audio generative models, these video models, even I would say AGI, because it'll never actually know what those things feel like. It doesn't have the weight. And I had to take the cardies off to say this so you could look in my eyes and see the weight and the heaviness and the emotion. And humans will always gravitate to human connection, real emotion. We see it today in music. We see it in social media. We see it in movies. There are soulless songs out there and content creators who just put out slop. We've seen this before AI. And it doesn't stick. It might make some money. It might do the bare minimum. Sometimes it'll blow up, right? But the art that has true staying power in whatever medium is the art that you can feel the weight of. You can feel what the artist is pulling from, and especially when it comes to acting. Because the difference between a good actor and an actor and somebody who is giving their entire self on screen is night and day. And so the reason that, UGC content vastly outperforms commercialized content and this raw, authentic type of content we're seeing and way of speaking to people is cutting through the shit. There is more content in the world now than ever before, toxic waste. And the only thing cutting through is real human connection. And the only thing that will cut through when we have 50 times the output in probably 2026. I mean, before that, but really is in 2 years is when it's going to be really fucking indistinguishable. The art, the creators, the people that are going to cut through are going to be the ones who have that real connection. And look, it's going to make the movie business more efficient. It's going to make the music business more efficient. It's going to make medicine and all these different industries more efficient. I think the fear with AI is that we should be using this to empower the people, to take the weight off, and that will be true. But the fear is obviously the oligarchs and the corporations and how much more efficient and cheaper they can be. because a lot of these motherfuckers don't care about the art. And the problem is, and I want you to really listen to me when I say this, most of you don't care about the art. And I don't want to sound pretentious, but I talk about this a lot. The devaluation of art, we are going to see a true test in the coming years here. How much do you actually give a fuck about artists? Because it's very easy to comment, fuck this AI slop. I hate, AI is, but I'm telling you, there's going to be AI that is used as a tool by humans, right? And then there's going to just be AI. There's nuance. You're going to have to be able to tell the difference, and you're going to have to care. And I think the fate of many industries is in the hands of the consumer, because the artists care. They do it for a living. Most of them do it for no money. Most of them don't really make a lot of money doing it. They care. They gave their life to it. I gave my life for music. Okay? I made no money for 7 years. I drove fucking Uber and did all types of random fucking gigs in Hollywood before I made a fucking dime making music. Okay? You have to love it. And consumers, which is most people, if you don't really love it, if you don't really give a fuck, then we are cooked. Then Hollywood is in trouble. But I believe in you. I have faith in you. I think you do care. And I think this might be the wake-up call for most people who have been on DSP autopilot, that have been on fucking 15-second swipe autopilot for years now. I'm hoping this is a reawakening of your endorphins and your dopamine and your love for the things that have always brought you true joy, like music and film. Okay? So if you actually give a fuck, put your money where your mouth is. Support the AI and tech companies that are looking to empower creators. Okay? And that's not to say that this isn't going to be doing. I don't know, right? It's incredibly impressive. But these companies are going to give you the tools because they want to make money. The people we need to look to are the heads of industry, the heads of music industry, the heads of the film industry, the heads of marketing and commercialization. These are the people we need to look to and hold accountable. Okay? Because ultimately, you can't blame Google. You can't blame OpenAI. It's capitalism, baby. You need to lock in. Okay? So, that's all I got to say about that. And now, well, real quick, we're going to head on over to GNN. What do you got to say about that? Here we go. The most trusted source in news. Welcome to GNN, the most trusted source in news. And I'm your host, Gino Borey. Good afternoon and welcome to GNN. I'm your host, Gino Borey, and this is the news. Really quickly, we're going to just cover the big, beautiful bill. Donald Trump's administration is proposing the big, beautiful bill. What a name. The most Donald Trump name for a bill ever made. And I'm just going to summarize it real quick for you. In short, if you make a lot of money, this is a big, beautiful bill. Households in the top 1% see significant tax cuts. People making over $4 million a year. Great news. You receive $400,000 in tax cuts. Corporations see significant tax cuts, which those go to stock buybacks and bonuses. By the way, they don't trickle down. And guys, some really great news. If you have a tanning bed, there's a baked-in tanning bed tax break as well, which is great news for orange politicians like our sun-tanned Commander-in-Chief and Marjorie Taylor Greenish Orange. Just making skin cancer great again. because that's what we need to put in our legislation, right? So that's how it is if you're rich. Let's talk about if you are in the majority. If you're in the 40% of Americans, for example, making $50,000 a year, your income is going down. Yeah. You're going to make less money. So you voted for that? Yeah, you did, didn't you? Fell for it again award. Congratulations. Because the first term, you didn't learn your lesson, right? That 2017 tax. We're bringing that back. Over $700 billion in Medicaid is being cut. Roughly 9 million Americans will lose health coverage. And, most importantly, the national deficit. The one that Doge was going to wipe out entirely in a couple of months. Yeah, well, it's going up. Yeah. Oh, you mean Elon isn't going to come in and save the day? No, Elon's already gone. Yeah, it's over. Doge is done. And the deficit, well, it's going up. The bill proposes to add up to $4.6 trillion with a T in the next decade. So I don't know, guys. If you need me to say it again, like I've been saying it since it started, Doge was a farce. Doge is a failure. Elon came, he raided key agencies and classified data, your data, and he left. Thanks for playing. Yeah, and the White House announced that they do not want to make the Doge findings public and the Doge savings public. I thought this was the most transparent administration in U.S. history. No. So anyway, that's that. And speaking of transparency, here's the scariest part of the big, beautiful bill. They snuck this fun little detail into the bill, Section 703002, which says that the administration has the ability to completely ignore the courts. Trump can just sign an EO, and it is now the law. Yeah, it neuters the court system entirely, retroactively, by the way, which means that all the federal cases that have been ruled against them, they no longer apply, which includes the Muslim ban from the first term. You remember that? That jostle your memory? Yeah, that's all getting rolled back. Whatever they want. If the administration loses a case, they don't even need to go to the Supreme Court. We're fucked. Yeah, we're fucked, dude. People said I was dramatic when I said that the administration was a threat to democracy. And now they're quite literally trying to get rid of it. And when are you going to care? When are you going to put aside your political bias and just admit it, dude? How obvious does it need to be? I don't know. Maybe we can look at what they're doing at Harvard. Trump and the Trump administration has barred Harvard from enrolling foreign students and says that there's going to be, I think, hundreds or thousands of people that are going to be sent back. So that's cool. Make America great again by removing the most eager, brilliant minds from around the world from studying at our universities and building a future here. I'm not sure why we're attacking higher education, but here we are. So, look, again, I don't want to stick on this too long. I don't want to harp on this. I know it seems like every fucking week, but every fucking week there is a constitutional crisis on our hands. And I feel like nobody fucking cares. And what am I going to do? All I can do is fucking talk about it and get yelled at in my comment section by people who think I'm making things up or they're doing mental gymnastics in there to justify it, even though it contradicts everything that they've said in their entire life. I love this goddamn country, all right? And I'm just sick of seeing it in the fucking hands of crooks. And, if that means I got to run for president when I'm 35, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. And now I'm going to take a sip of some unbranded water, and we're going to get into everyone's favorite segment, the FOH HOF. God, I might do another water fast tomorrow. Fuck it, huh? Who needs food? All right. First video in the Fuck Outta Here Hall of Fame is brought to us by the worst crypto scammer in the world, our good friend TJR.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits were too fucking hard. I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead ass. They were like, you can't come in wearing that because Carson was wearing this hard ass Satoshi Nakamoto flannel and I was wearing this Capital like vest that was cut off. And I was like, they were like, you can't come in. And I was like, bro, I have text with the owner saying that we're good. And they were like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, your fits are fucking crazy. Most of the time we just don't let people in wearing this type of stuff.
Yeah, bro, they're literally like, yo, you guys aren't good. We're wearing fits that we would like sport on a Tuesday.
Shit,
and they're like, hold your horses, guys. Like, Tyler, like, bro. If we didn't have the text with the managers, bro, or the owner of the club,
been clipped, bro.
Dude. Fuck, dude, fellas. Whoa, fellas. We have a dress code policy, and you have exceeded our expectations. Boys, I'm afraid you are overdressed for this establishment. Dude, sorry, fellas, sorry. We have a strict sick fit limit policy, and you guys rolled up here too deep in the sickest fits I've ever seen. I mean, dude, these are just your fucking Tuesday fits? Shit, dude, do these guys have a course I can buy? I mean, look at these fits, dude. That's it. That's the hardest fit I've ever seen. That's the fucking sickest fit I've ever seen. Dude, look at these fits, dude.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits were too fucking hard. I'm being dead ass.
Dude, he's being fucking dead ass, bro. They tried to nerf him at the door, man. He's just walking in with the fucking sick fit. You know, look, they left the house. They got the sickest fits in the world on. They roll up to the club, and the club goes, you think you could come in here wearing those fucking sick fits and outstage every other guy in here? Look at these sick fits, dude. Also, look at the diamonds, huh? Look at the diamonds on TJR. Not a single dance move on those diamonds. Those diamonds are moving like a white mom from Nashville at a Benson Boone concert. Look at those diamonds. Not a single twinkle. Bro has $700 worth of minerals around his neck. Look at these guys. The moissanite men. Wow. This podcast brought to you by Shop GLD. The first 4 seconds of this clip legit sound like AI. They legit sound like the VO3 clips that I was playing earlier.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits were too fucking hard.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits are too fucking sick. Hold on. Tell me I'm not.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits were too fucking hard. I'm being dead ass.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits are too fucking sick. I'm being dead ass.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits were too fucking hard. I'm being dead ass.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits are too fucking sick. I'm being dead ass. Oh, this is an actual VO3 AI generated video using the prompt, douchebag scammer tells cringe made up story on podcast nobody listens to, wearing $700 worth of moissanite. TJR, the worst trader in history, but his fits are so fucking lit, dude. You know, a guy that pronounces SNP with an M. A guy that can't win a meme coin trade without pumping and dumping on his dumbass Twitch followers. The worst trader of all time. A crypto scamming / SMP 500 scamming loser. You know? And, you know, the bad news is you got crypto scammers like TJR running around, but the good news is you got a company like Metaplex where the real builders on chain go to build. You got the good guys in crypto, my friends over at Metaplex who have got a suite of tools for the good guys to build dope shit on chain. They're the #1 company on Solana. And once again, I want to thank them for sponsoring this show. And I want to thank them for not being anything like fucking TJR, dude. Look at this guy. Hold on, let me pull out my Sigma detector real quick. I just want to. It's a diamond checker. and a Sigma detector. I'm just going to see if this works. Beep, 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 beep. Nothing. Sorry. You are not Sigma. Next video. Real quick. Here we go.
Every time I hypnotize someone, I charge them $1 million. What I can do in hypnosis, no one has ever been able to do or discover. That can make someone who was not confident, super confident. Someone stutters their whole life, stutters gone. You smoke, he's gone.
Marcel Klein is a world-renowned mind control expert and millionaire coach behind 10,000 plus transformations. Whoa. With a global client base and a loyal fan base of 569,000 plus across social media, he's trusted by elite entrepreneurs and built a movement teaching the ultra-rich how to weaponize their mind.
How would you actually explain hypnosis, and how does it actually work?
What hypnosis really is everything you do is unconscious. So to me, hypnosis is it's really just a trance. If you think you can't be hypnotized, it's like saying, you can't breathe. It doesn't really make sense. People are in hypnosis literally 24/7. I would argue there's never a moment you're not in hypnosis. You should be able to associate what you're seeing. You're seeing a regular person become something they're not, almost involuntarily. The simplest way to influence someone is to just...
How fast can you put me under?
Probably a few seconds.
Let's do it.
Focus fingers, sleep all the way down to the left.
Hold on, wait. So if I'm in hypnosis 24/7, then why the fuck am I paying you $1 million? So you can turn the unconfident into the confident? I've invented a new way to do hypnosis where I can turn the unconfident into the super confident. Something no man has ever been able to do. Bro thinks he's changed the hypnosis game forever. Can remove your stutter with hypnosis, but can't remove his own lisp. But he can't quite hypnotize his own lisp away, Hypnosis is actually with hypnosis, what I can do is I can actually remove your stutter with hypnosis. I actually met the other guy before in this clip, Morgan. He's a super nice guy. And I know bro is acting here at the end. Just like pretending to be asleep. I appreciate the commitment to the bit. But come on, Come on. How about this? Marcel, I have a deal. You try to hypnotize me, and if you can't, you have to pay me $1 million. I'm not paying you anything. But if it actually works, it's something probably worth more than $1 million because you'll prove me wrong and validate yourself to the masses. That's the challenge. So if you're into that, you go ahead and shoot me a DM. We can set that up anytime, Marcel. All right? How about that? And look, I don't want to have to one-up you. But I, too, am a world-renowned hypnotist. Yeah, I, too, am a world-renowned mind reader. In fact, let me just try something. Here we go. Hold on. Are you watching? Follow the pit vipers closely. You will use Metaplex in their suite of tools to build on-chain. The #1 builder on Solana. You will use Metaplex. You will buy Metaplex token. So they'll continue to sponsor this show. Fall asleep. Use Metaplex. And you're awake. What are you going to go do? That's right. You're going to go ahead and tap in with my friends over at Metaplex. That's good. Okay, one more video and then we're out of here. Guys, the Republicans are going to fucking love this in my comment section. Here we go. This scurried across my desk today on the way here, and I just have to talk about it. So here it is.
Let's normalize neopronouns. Today's neopronouns are rots. Did you hear my friend Process just started a band? Yeah, Rot plays guitar. Nobody even knew until like a month ago. Rot got Rot's first guitar from Rot's dad like 10 years ago, but never told anybody about it. And then last month, Rot started putting up flyers looking for a singer and a drummer. Oh, you saw those? Yeah, those were Rot's. Yeah, I guess Rot didn't want to play by Rotself anymore. Oh, you want to join? Yeah, I bet Rot would totally let you join. Yeah, I don't think Rot has a bass player yet. Yeah, let me give you Rot's number.
What's happening to me? MAGA! I've evolved into a Republican. Fuck it. Let Trump run for a third term. What is this? What are we doing? Rots? People are identifying as rots? Rotself? Brain rot is what this is. Brain rot. Rotself. Do they identify as Melania from Elden Ring? Ratatouille? How do you identify as rot? What? Rot? Who would want to do that? Who would want to identify as rot? How do you identify as rot? How do you be rot? Do you just not shower? Let the food decay in your fridge? Eat that? How do you become rot? Only somebody in a band would identify as rot. Rotself sounds like the name of a band in Ohio. And of course, it's in Ohio. Look, guys, I'm an ally, but what are we doing here? It's like the fucking frog video all over again. I mean, neo-pronouns. Guys, come on. You know this video took like 20 takes, by the way. What does she say here? I gotta watch this one more time.
Let's normalize neopronouns. Today's neopronouns are rots. Did you hear my friend Process just started a band? Yeah, Rot plays guitar. Nobody even knew until like a month ago. Rot got Rot's first guitar from Rot's dad like 10 years ago, but...
Rot got Rot's first guitar from Rot's dad like 10 years ago. Rot got Rot's first guitar from Rot's dad. It sounds like one of those fucking tongue twister riddles. Peter Piper picked a pack of peppers from Rot got Rot's first guitar from Rot's father. The Rot father. The Rot father. Rot. Sounds like a fucking Rottweiler. I'm sorry. I simply, guys, I can't call you rot. I can't do it. If I meet you and I go, sorry, my pronouns are rots. I'm just going to be like, no. I can't. It's, come on, rot. I mean, at least be a frog. I would rather have you identify as a frog. Rot? This is how we slipped into fascism. This is how. Because we're just having fun now. We're just saying things. Even they, thems are like, dog, can we please be fucking for real here? You're making it hard on us. Look, as a straight white man, I think I can speak for the entire LGBTQ community here when I say this is taking it a little too far, yeah? Rot. Why don't you pick rots up by Rot's bootstraps, okay? And just identify as they, them, okay? That's a great, cool, you know? We're just not picking objects. I'm sorry, we're not doing it. I'm not going for it, okay? Anyway, that's going to do it. I might get canceled. That might be the last thing I ever do on this show. But I want to thank you for tuning into Good Luck this week. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you hit that like button, smash the fuck out of that subscribe button, send it to an arch nemesis or a loved one if you're into that. If you're watching on YouTube, as you should be, make sure you tap that like button, smash the fuck out of that subscribe button, and grease up that algorithm by leaving a comment because naturally, you're an oil man. And I want to thank you. I want to thank Beyonce. I want to thank this first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard for joining us on this week's show. This is one of my prized possessions. This is an absolute fucking banger of a card. And again, I want to thank you one more time for tuning in. We'll see you next week as the world continues to just absolutely crumble into madness. Fascism takes over, and rots and Rotself continue to brain rot the fabric of this country. Good night and good luck.
Everybody listen close. There's a brand new show.
Pikachu, what's the name of the fucking show? Oh, it's called